Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Yo, how's everyone? I'm glad you found this. This is the first devlog for itDoes Interactive, a small team of developers working on 2 games. And this one is for our Crochet Zelda-Like Fiber. My name is Marco and I'm the lead developer for our team, and I'll be giving you a preview for our development, ideas, and what engine we use and how you can support us on this cool endeavor. Before that though, let me give you an idea on who I am and what itDoes Interactive is. I've been wanting to make games like this since I was little, so I left for the Marine Corps at 18 in pursuit of a grant to get into a game dev school. I then graduated with a bachelor's degree in game art and design. Since then, I've been in the industry working on different types of projects, primarily using Unreal Engine. Now, I've picked up 3D printing and fostering as hobbies, and I work my main job during the day. And then work with an amazing team of developers on my off time, itDoes. itDoes Interactive is a collective of developers that work with me on both games, this game and Roots Homebound, a nice, cozy, ghastly farming sim, but I'll bring that one up in our devlog for it. We've worked together for some smaller clients with cool projects, and they all have experience in the game industry, all with different disciplines. We've been working on Roots for a good amount of time, but I started working on a small game during the weekends and I absolutely loved where it was going. So, I decided to make it an IP for the team so that we have something on the side to keep our energy up. And because it would be a way smaller endeavor than Roots. Side note, there's also a Discord. We can always talk about our games or hang out in there, but I'll be talking about that and more at the end of the video. Anyways, let's talk about Fiber. Fiber is a top-down adventure game that's inspired by classic and modern Zelda games. Well, more the remakes than classics if anything. It follows a story of, you guessed it, fiber. No, not the type you eat or the type that gives you fast internet. The loving, caring hero of our story will adventure, solve puzzles, defeat his enemies, and control things as the fiber of life that lets him break reality. The great hero so not cat, and you have to allow him to stop the evil patterns of reality. You won't remember any of this, so just remember it's just a crochet cat that adventures and stuff. He collects items, cooks, and defeats evil. So anyways, like I was saying, the gameplay is inspired by classic Zelda games, but the world is open and we're going to add environmental interactions like modern games. We're even planning a small card game because everyone likes those, right? So we'll be making Fiber in Unreal Engine 5 because that's what we're good at, and it's a really great tool. I'm hoping to have it on PC, Mac, and maybe even Switch too. One of the best things I love about the path we're heading towards is that Fiber is going to be a mixed media project. And that's a great segue onto how the project has been developed and my favorite part of the whole thing. We're taking actual yarn, using it to crochet textures, and placing them in Unreal Engine after cleaning it up a bit. I really adore the look of games like Kirby's Epic Yarn, Yoshi's Crafted World, and how plasticky Link's Awakening Remake looks. So when I started making the game, I worked on this tree to see if I could get that look going, and it turned out really well. The rocks, pots, ground, bombs, and even fiber are made out of crocheted yarn, but not everything will, like Fiber's bell, other metals, glass, paper, and other stuff down the road. Not every creature will be made out of yarn. We already have the story planned out, and similar to the different races of characters in Zelda games, we're planning our own based on different methods of crafting, like clay, voxels, candles, blown glass, and even origami. Maybe even 3D printed characters way down the road. It's all based on the crafty generation the game's overarching goddess wants to dabble in. I also don't want to get into the fact if the ground is yarn, the fiber is yarn, and everything is yarn. Does that mean that no? God no. We're working out a method to clear this up based on stitch patterns and type of yarns that exist in the world. Like I said, we're crocheting the actual pieces, like this, that will go into the game, whether it's the textures in the world, leaves, flowers, or the pieces of user interface like this heart. I don't know if you can see this, but the heart was crocheted by Brianna and it took some time to get it right for the next step. I then took it and gave it a kiss because we're making this game with love. I took a really nice picture with my best camera, the Sony A66, no, just my iPhone, because we don't have a full-blown setup for this yet, but we will in due time. After I took the picture, I took it into Photoshop, painstakingly cleaned it up, and after making a bunch of mistakes while separating into 4 pieces that looked really great in the game, it went into the HUD. Look at this. This looks absolutely great, and I'm happy with the way it turned out, and it works so well with the game's theme. But that's not the only thing that's done. Here are some of the other things that are done, but I only have enough time to go through some of them, so let's do that. Of course, our main character is in the game. It wouldn't be Fiber without Fiber. I modeled out a ruff for him several times until I got this version of him. He's made out of yarn, has a cool metal bell based on Obi's bell to honor him. He's also animated really roughly because I just suck at animations, and I'll be offloading this to one of our other developers. But I programmed some of the base things we need, like moving, jumping, dodging with a placeholder animation that's similar to Zelda, and last but not least, Z-aiming. Z-aiming did take a bit of time, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. You can press the Z button, aim at an enemy, and switch with another button when you want to. This is all based on the closest enemy, and when you walk away, let's go. I wanted to have this resemble how Link behaves at the start of Echoes of Wisdom. Imagine a whole game with Link just like that. I can't, because we didn't get that. But now we can, because we're making it. Some other stuff that's done besides the trees and its ability to change colors and patterns are the grass and how Fiber can walk through and interact with it. I also made throwable pots, rocks, and bombs. Now these are my favorite. I really love how the bombs work in the classic games, so I wanted to test these out so we can then test attacking enemies. You have a limit of 3 each time, and you have 20 max. When you drop one, it starts to let you know it's about to blow up, and then BOOM! It blows up and has a really nice particle effect that looks like stuffing is coming out of it. I could go on and on about the other stuff that's made, but I wanted to leave that for the next Fiber devlog. But here's this training dummy. I love him so much. Look at him. He's so beautiful. So what's next? There's so many things I want to tackle next, but it's gonna be a bit. And things would go faster if we had money, but that doesn't stop me from planning and working on it every day. But I'm honestly excited to keep it up. The next things for me in the short term are better animations, cause mine absolutely suck and we need better ones that stick true to the Zelda games. Sound effects for the environment and for Fiber so that it's not completely quiet. New music besides the one that's playing, which I'll tell you about in a bit. Wink wink. We're also looking for a concept artist that can help us create a better, more iconic version of Fiber and the rest of the characters, like Pico and Tuffet. Those would be the next things for us on the list. Overall, we're aiming for a nice small demo for you guys. That is the goal. Before the end of the video, I want to shout out my friend, Midrule, who's worked on our first track for the game. He's an amazing artist, who's working on his own amazing project, and love how well it turned out. Links in the description for his stuff. And I want to thank you for watching this video to the end. Like I said at the start of the video, if you want to support us on our efforts and you love Zelda-like games, come support us on the official Discord for our team. We love hanging out, playing games, and I love posting my Zelda 3D prints on there. Hint hint, I'll be making a custom Zelda, Fiber, and Roots prints to give out or sell on there. If you like farming games as well, subscribe and stay tuned for the next devlog where I'll show and talk about Root Homebound. You can also support the games by donating to one of the Patreons. Each one is used to fund their own respective game, so you know exactly where your money is going. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next devlog, and remember, be kind, don't mind, stay strong, and take your time. Marco out.